Hey guys, Sebastian from Madrigal here. It is a beautiful Wednesday evening here in my humble little office, and I'm gonna try to transport you into the third dimension. Would you look at that? You're in my office. How cool is that? Let's do a small office tour. Here you have OBS. If you're gonna make YouTube videos, you need OBS. And here you have a bottle of water. If you're gonna make YouTube videos and talk about things for hours on end, you need a big bottle of water. And what is this? Well, it's a microphone. If you're gonna make YouTube videos, you need a good microphone. This one is okay, I guess. And here we have some tissues. If you're gonna make YouTube videos, you need tissues because of allergies, I guess. And is it just me, or is this like the best Xbox controller? The 360 controller. That's the last one I have. When that one breaks, I'm gonna be a sad person. I have a more modern one connected to my home computer. It's from the, what is it called? Xbox Series X, Y, Box, Z. I just cringe every time I pick it up. Anyway, with that very weird intro out of the way, I'm kind of sad about my video output lately. Not really the content. I mean, I just put out the web GPU video and it's doing complete gangbusters. Let's have a look here. Have a look at this. It's like blah 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 blah. And then a huge spike. Like here we have my previous videos. So at least like on my scale, this is just busting all the gangs. Absolutely wonderful. Welcome everyone. So not really the content, but more the fact that I haven't really been creating any games on video. And I kind of started the YouTube channel with the intent of making games. So I think I'm finally going to do something about that, and that's going to change today. So I've been talking about this mystery project called Means for quite a long time. And I even showed some of Means to you people on the timbre video. So basically we're talking about this with the beautiful main menu. And it looks something like this, and we created a car with an actual engine sound. So maybe you can hear if I edit the audio correctly. It's actually a little bit loud, so let's turn it down. So while Slide is the main project and has been for a long time, Means is sort of my secondary project, if you will. And at the moment I feel like Slide isn't really progressing anywhere on like a game front. It's a really, really good technical benchmark, if you will, and we have the test level, which I'm sure you guys are sick of seeing. If you've been following me for a while, I know I am very sick of seeing it. You know the one I mean. Nah, let's not do WebGPU. Maybe I should have done WebGPU. I actually optimized the WebGPU version even more since the video. I could have shown you that, but oh well. Too late now. Anyway, Slide has worked as a very good sort of technical benchmark for the engine and the tech, and has taught me all kinds of things about things. But I'm beginning to realize that creating this game as a solo developer is sort of crazy. So I'm not canceling this game, but I'm perhaps shelving it for a bit. And I've been thinking about other game concepts that I could use this tech for some time already. And I think means is sort of like a kind of a catalyst for that whole thing, where I can sort of dump my ideas and try them out. And I think I finally have a pretty solid idea for a game, and I think we're gonna try to turn means into that game. And I'm gonna do a fair bit of it on video, and this is the first part of that. And I'm gonna keep the editing probably to a minimum. I'm not even sure if I'm doing these videos for you guys or if I'm doing them for myself. Maybe it's just so that I can't actually browse YouTube while I should be developing the game. If you don't like rambling and mumbling people trying to put games together, then this particular video series is probably not for you. Just stick to my other stuff. But if you would like to see a game come together, then maybe this is for you. But yes, feel free to skip if you would like to concentrate on the more coherent stuff. Anyway, let's have a look at what I had. Essentially, the whole game design is can be found from this one image and these few notes that I put together. Let's see if I can actually use this device to sort of very handily present this to you. Yes, let's accept. So we have the same page here. Can I zoom this somehow? I can. Excellent. It says puzzle 1 or maybe number 2. Anyway, so the game is essentially a series of puzzles. It's still vehicle based. Basis is very much sort of geared towards vehicle based things and physics driven gameplay. So let's use that. So the basic idea is this: we have this ravine here in the middle, like this area here. The player enters from this side, from over here, and they need to go over here. Right. This is probably not the first puzzle in the game, but this could be a pretty good sort of proof of concept puzzle to make sure everything works. There's a bridge here on this side. Hello, cursor. Can you happen? Why don't you happen? Here we go. All right, now it happens. There's a bridge here. This bridge is supposed to be sort of like a drawbridge, so that it's standing upright and then it can lower itself down. And there's this big vehicle, which I call the Mother, currently in my notes here. It's probably not the final name for it, but let's call it the Mother for now. It's just easy. The Mother is a huge vehicle which can contain other vehicles and cargo and everything, and it's sort of like your base throughout this whole game. And the idea is kind of that this game is sort of like a journey. I like the idea of this group of people having this huge vehicle. They need to journey someplace. Basically, like they need to escape a planet or something else like this. And the Mother can, as I said, it can hold other vehicles within it. So here we have have this scout vehicle, which is probably like pretty comparable to the scout vehicle from Project Slide. And here in my initial concept, the mother vehicle also has these cranes. So here's like a crane that can lift the scout onto like a platform that sits over here. It also have a magnetic crane. I could actually probably... I had a video here prepared. I actually was looking for this. You can see a slightly earlier version of Project Slide. It's not Roblox. Come on, YouTube. Yeah, this is the demo level. It's just a much earlier version of it, and I already actually have the logic here for this sort of magnetic crane that can just lift. Let's just make this bigger. You can sort of lift these dynamic objects with it, and then you can drop them somewhere. For example, in a trailer like this. And so one of those cranes would be this kind of magnetic thingy. So there's sort of like a sci-fi element to the whole thing as well. Yeah, and the idea here is that okay, you need to somehow lower this bridge so that you can drive and you can continue onwards. So how do you do that? And let's scroll down a little bit to my notes here. Actually, let's not do that. I'm not gonna. Maybe you saw it already. Maybe you saw it. It's spoiled for you now. Oh no. But anyway, the idea was sort of like the basic. Okay, in which order do I do thing X and Y and O? This vehicle can't do Z and etc. etc. You have basically like you have a scout here. The mother can lift the scout with the crane onto this platform. Then using the scout, you can find like a forklift somewhere on this side, and you can drive the forklift here, and then you can use this other crane, this one, to lift something to the forklift. Like a power cell. The forklift can then drive to the bridge controls, and from there you can load the bridge. Something like this. And at the end of the puzzle, you need to sort of collect your vehicles again and store them inside the mother vehicle, and then you can drive the mother vehicle to the next level. So it's sort of like a in a sense, pretty linear game, but I think that if you can come up with interesting puzzles, you might be able to solve those puzzles in interesting ways. And when we should try to sort of keep that in mind when designing the puzzles, that let's try to make these so that you can solve them in like 2 or 3 different ways. So that's basically the game. And I would like to have it at least in this shape, at least by the end of this video series. I don't know how long this video series is going to go on, to be honest. I don't even know if this thing is going to go onto the internet. Like, if you're seeing this, then you know that it did go onto the internet, but I don't know that. I have no idea if it's going to be there, if I'm going to put it there or not. Right, so I had some random ideas that I just jotted down. So first of all, levels are surrounded by a very clear border, almost like a board game. Let's not try to go the realistic route this time and have these sort of like as very clearly defined small areas. It just makes it easier for a solo developer to develop the aesthetics. The objective of each level is to get all the players' vehicles to the finish area. Finish area is some clearly defined area on the map. Like, either you just pack everything into the mother vehicle and then you drive it there, or you just drive them there one by one or something. Camera Director is the system that I use for these games. for these games. Yeah, let's do web GPU. I was actually kind of thinking of starting the other game, but we're in slide now, so whatever. Anyway, the camera director is the thing that, like, you have this orbit camera, is what this is called. And then you have this driving camera. When you click the right mouse button, for example, it switches into the driving camera. And the driving camera then does some funky things with the field of view and things like this to make it seem like you're going faster. That's why when you're going just as fast, but you're clicking this camera, it kind of looks like you're not going as fast anymore. Especially with this faster vehicle. Like this kind of feels like we're not going that fast. But then when you switch into the driving camera, it would go like, woo, oh, we're going so fast. The only thing that happens really is that the field of view is adjusted, and now we're going slow again. Yeah, I used to actually professionally work on driving games at some point many years ago, so I kind of picked up on some of these tricks that you can use to actually make it seem like you're going faster. And the idea was that for this new game, for means, we can still call it means of transport, you would get a third view. I can't talk. You would get a third view, which would be this sort of overhead view, which perhaps would allow you to like look around a little bit, just a little bit around your vehicle. You could still drive it. Actually, we can probably, if I unpause this and then I enable vehicle control. Like you could still drive this, but obviously the camera would follow the vehicle, not stay stationary, which is not something that the camera system currently allows. So that's what this third point about extending the camera director is all about. And I did something weird. What did I do? No. Open a document to continue presenting. Okay, let's do that. All right. Hello. There we go. Okay. And then just something about like you can switch essentially what you're controlling on the mother vehicle, because it has like many different things. You can control the vehicle itself, or you can control the cranes, that sort of stuff. And maybe the mother has 2 cranes. So there's like the normal one, which can like lift whole vehicles, and then there's the attractor crane, or magnetic crane, or whatever we end up calling it, which just kind of sucks all the smaller dynamic objects to it. And then vehicles can be switched in traditional sense, just like in slide currently. You can just drive. Let's go back to the thing, and you can just drive up to the vehicle. Of course, now we just drove away from it, all of them. Let's go back. We can find another. Right, so you can currently just drive up to them, and you can see this green ring around the other vehicle. You can just switch to that, and that works for all the friendly vehicles currently. And like this. There's some interesting gameplay challenges with this though. Like if you... Hello, how do I do the thing? Here's the thing. Right. Okay. So what if you have this mother thingy here, and you lift the vehicle onto this platform, and those vehicles will actually be kind of far from each other. So how will you be switching control from this vehicle to this vehicle? I was thinking that maybe the crane can just sort of extend the range that you can switch. It doesn't really make physical sense necessarily. I mean, you can sort of you could consider it like the crane going like this, and then some person just sort of running on over it. But I guess you have to kind of suspend your disbelief a little bit for some of these things. It's just games after all. Okay. Right. When a smaller vehicle drives in front or in back of the mother, they can enter one of mother's cargo holds. I was thinking about this thing where like maybe the vehicles can have like they can occupy a certain number of cargo units. So the scout car could take up one cargo unit, and a hauler would also take up a cargo unit, but when connected to a trailer, it would take up two. So you would sort of have to do a little bit of almost like inventory Tetris to sort of figure out, okay, I want this thing, but I can't fit everything, so what do I keep? And yeah, that's basically it. Then yeah, all the cargo that you have inside of the mother vehicle would sort of follow along to the next level, etc., etc. I think this could be a pretty interesting thing, and it could be a pretty manageable project for like a single dude. And yeah, we're gonna just build it on top of means, because why not? Oh, we can't spawn any any dynamic objects. That's sad. Oh no. Oh no, the explosive cars. I was hoping we would have some like like this. Hey, can I actually drive around with this car on top? I kind of can. I mean the wheels are a little tricky in this physics simulation because they're technically like raycasts. But the body of this vehicle is really just like a body. You can see like there's the, and it's actually I've just been lazy and taken the collision from the slide vehicle actually. But yeah, this should work. This should work. I mean, it all the thing about having lots of small dynamic objects inside one of these trucks already works really well, and we've seen that in slide for quite a while. The handling of this gets really wonky with this. I don't know what's going on. It slides around like crazy. Anyway, yeah, that's that. And then you can go completely crazy with all of your wish list features. Like you could perhaps have it so that you could play these things cooperatively. And I think Basis's multiplayer features are probably robust enough for a slow-paced puzzle game like this, especially if it's cooperative. You're not like really competing against anyone else. It could be quite fun to solve these problems together. So I'm kind of hesitant about making any competitive shooters or anything like that, because I don't think my multiplayer system is really robust enough. But that's that. Tomorrow will begin. I am too tired to do anything today. So, yeah, I'm just gonna end this now. See you tomorrow.